Hey, what's up everybody? It's Luke and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it as always. And as always, I just got back from Friday Night Magic. We had a draft. Today it's back to Ixalan or Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And it's a format that I feel like has been going on for a while now. Thankfully we had a little bit of a gap. We split things up with the Ravnica set last week, Ravnica Remastered, which was a lot of fun to do. And then the week before that, I actually got really sick. I'm still recovering. My voice is like not 100%, so please bear with me with that. But I think they had an Ixalan draft the week that I was out. So, and then I think before that we had a Mystery Booster draft. So, it was good to break things up, but it's also good to go back to Ixalan because I've been playing Ixalan on Arena, but not really in paper, so it's kind of cool to go back to paper. And this week I was in Izzet colors, red and blue, which is not something I usually get to do. It turned out pretty well. My deck was exceedingly fast. The first two rounds I won, I think like in 15 minutes, both rounds, and unfortunately, I came up against an even faster deck, and I had some bad draws in round 3, and I lost round 3. So I went 2-1. Very happy with the results, getting 2-1. That's nothing to be ashamed about. I think 2-1 is something I'd aim to do. I mean, 3-0 is great, of course, but I think a lot of things have to go real right for you to get 3-0. And in that last game, he drew his bombs, and like I said, both our decks were really fast. I drew like a couple one-land hands, and it just didn't work, and it's fine. Things happen like that. But I really like the deck. It's a really consistent deck. It's right here, blue-red. Let's check it out. Let's turn the camera around right now. All right, first card we're going to look at here is the Hidden Cataract. It's a land. It's one of the cave cycle where I like to have one or two of these in the deck where they do come into play tapped. However, the nice thing is when there's nothing else to do for you, this gives you a Discover 4, which lets you go through your deck and pull out a card that has mana value of 4 or less, and sometimes it really helps with the ending of the game. So that's one of the lands I had. Dowsing Device. This deck had just artifacts like crazy. Dowsing Device is cool. Gives target creature +1/+0, gains haste till end of turn. If you have 4 or more artifacts, you get to flip it, and it actually boosts artifact power. I wish this worked a little better, honestly. Like, I had a bunch of artifacts, but I think I stalled in mana at one point, and just couldn't get this to go off because I was trying to play cards, but I didn't have enough to actually use 2 in a red, tap this to use that ability, unfortunately. So a lot of times I was just using this to add the red mana. Lodestone Needle is one of my favorite cards. Talk about stalling. This card lets you stall. I love it. Puts 2 stun counters on something, you know, they can't do anything with it for a couple turns. It's great. It has flash. You can craft with artifact with it as well, to make it give something exploration. It's just pretty awesome. I love this card. The Inverted Iceberg is one of my old favorites. I think it's not as much anymore. I think it's a little slow, costs a lot to get over, but in this deck it was absolutely perfect, especially with some of the creatures I have in here that help to flip this if I needed to. Turns to a giant 6/6 that can tap down things. A real good top end. Sunfire Torch is just amazing. This thing can just blow away little creatures, even throw it like at the opponent's face for 2 damage. Really cool. And you don't have to pay for that either. It just you can just sacrifice it and it does that. It only costs 1 and 1 to equip. So good. I got 2 of them. It was really, really useful. Abrade is just always good. 3 damage to anything. It's a great removal spell. The only bad thing is I feel like I even have 2 Abrades in this deck, and then neither of them came out of the deck into my hand very often. I just really knew that because I was like, where are these Abrades? What I did get a lot of was this Idol of the Deep King. It's pretty good still. It does only 2 damage instead of 3. That makes a big difference. Some things have 3 toughness, so this couldn't kill those. But when you craft it, it plops right on something, and it gives the creature +2/+0, and that was helpful in many instances. So I had 2 of these, so it's a removal spell that turns into like a cool little sort of weapon, artifact weapon. Really cool stuff here. Rumbling Rockslide. It's not a card I really ever use that much, but it actually came in really handy today. 4 mana, deals as much damage as the number of lands you control. This helped me kill some bigger creatures, which maybe I would have had a harder time getting rid of with like an Abrade or the Idol of the Deep King. So this was sort of like a bigger removal. Now I needed cards to like kind of gum up the ground, and the Dinotomaton was great for that. It gave menace to creatures. It's an artifact. 4/3 is pretty decent, and I just put 3 in the deck. I thought they were great. It filled out that 4 mana slot really well. Yeah, really nice card. And then for the 5-drop Panicked Altisor, this card is a beast too. 4/5, it's actually really hard to get past this 4/5. And then you can also like tap it to like make it do damage. This guy, I'm getting more and more respect for this card as I play this format. Hoverstone Pilgrim, this was really iffy. You know, my deck was full of artifacts, so I guess it fits that theme. 2/5, it really just kind of gums up the air. It's good defender, but my deck was really about offense, so I probably could have sideboarded this out for something different, honestly. Cogwork Wrestler, just a really strong card. Flashing it in is great. Weakening other cards is really great. So many uses for this card, and it's an artifact. Hermetic Nautilus is great too. Vigilance 1/4, good on the ground for ground defense, and also great to like get 4 damage in when you can, and that happened quite often as well. Very versatile, and it's an artifact. Wailing Pirates, this is just one of the most annoying cards opponents can play against. You play it and it just like taps down something. It puts a stun counter on it. Just how annoying is that? Opponents losing creatures and then you can get in for damage. It's just really, it's a great card. I really love having this card in any of the artifact decks. Malcolm is an amazing card. Unfortunately, this card never really stays on the battlefield. Everyone wants to kill it right away, because what it does is when this thing hits, you put a chorus counter on it, that's fine, but you gotta draw a card and discard a card. So it really helps you get through your deck. But if there are 4 more chorus counters on Malcolm, then that discarded card, you can just play without paying its mana cost. So you discard the card, you draw a card, discard a card, but you discard it, you just play it for free. That is incredible. No one wants that to happen, and that's why Malcolm always dies really fast. And then I think what I did really well was I drafted 4 Oaken Sirens. These were amazing. That's why I had a lot of those artifacts that kind of give +1 buffs, because this is Flying Vigilance and is a mana dork for artifacts. This card was just amazing, and my opponents were really tired of seeing the Oaken Siren after we played these games, except for the last round because they didn't really come out as much. But this was great. And then the creme de la creme play was, of course, Zoetic Glyph. There were a couple times where I had an Oaken Siren in my hand, and by turn 3 I was dealing 5 damage at a time with Vigilance, and that was just pretty heinous. So it was great. This was really cool. And then when this goes away, you could discover 3, which seems pretty unfair as well. So Zoetic Glyph, one of the greats. Didn't lose a game when Zoetic Glyph came out. It's just a pretty awesome card. Alright, and for my troubles, I got a couple packs that I was able to win with my 2-1 record. I got an Infinity pack and a Modern Horizons 2 pack. Let's check out, of course, the Infinity pack first. This is going to be less exciting unless you somehow pull a shock land, and then all is right in the world if that happens. So let's see what we get in this particular pack of Infinity. We get Captain Rex Nebula, just one of the regular rares out of there, Boros color. We do get the Island, Drop Tower, Trivia Contest, Balloon Stand foil. Yeah, nothing really. Okay, that's a really disappointing pack, unfortunately. Let's go to the Modern Horizons 2. It's also one of the best sets ever for me, I think. I just love this set. We got that. Is this a set or a draft booster? This is a set booster, so that's nice. set boosters, so possibly more than one rare. We got a Timeless Dragon, not the most exciting card, unfortunately. Patriarch's Bidding, so that's 2 rares. Terminal Agony, which is a really cool looking retro frame gold card. And Thornglint Bridge, so nothing really to write home about in either of those packs. But I did have a ton of fun tonight. Hopefully you guys have fun playing Magic as well. And I will see you next time.